Well, I'm glad you showed up, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your Labor Day. And we're going to look at something right now that's dominated dog training for the last 50 years. It's the #1 training theory probably in the world today. It's been going on for about 50 years. We're going to have to do this in a two-parter to cover 50 years. We're not going to address the 9,950 years that came before this theory. We're just going to talk about the last 50 years that somebody discovered, a scientist discovered about dogs and how they work. And of course, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about alpha dominance and all that sort of stuff. What we're going to do right now is I'm going to give you some perspectives on alpha dominance. And then in part 2, I'll give you the exact history of when it got started, how it got started, and why it became so popular so quickly. But let's take the first part of this. Now, this alpha theory says that dogs are always struggling to run the pack. They want to, whether the pack is other dogs or other humans. They're trying to take over. They want to make all the decisions. That's what they're programmed to do, right? They got to be the boss. They got to get to the top. There's rank position or rank drive, I think some people call it, and all this 4,365 different types of drives that exist in the dog training world today. We'll be adding more tomorrow as we go. But this is how this decision-making process works. If you think about it, well, that pack, it's a family. That's all it is. It's a family. And how are we at making decisions in our family? Who likes to make the decisions? How quick are we to make those decisions? And how soon do we jump at the chance to make the decision for the rest of the family? Well, here's a little something you can look at and see what you think. And then we'll get back and discuss the end of this.
Hey babe, I'm home. Want to go get something to eat? It's payday. We can step out for a little something fancy if you want to. Pop up in. I'm in the kitchen. I don't care. I'd love to go out. I'd love to go out. Yes. Where would you like to go? What? I don't care. Where you want to go eat? Well, I don't care. Oh, anywhere's fine with me, as long as you want, you know. Chinese? No. No, you decide. No, I don't care. You care? No, you decide. No, let's go. Oh well, I don't care. What do you think? No, you decide. No, I don't care. Whatever you want is fine with me. Whatever you say. You do it. You go ahead. It's up to you. Whatever you say is fine with me. Just wherever.
So, if you'll excuse the poor makeup job that we had there, I think most of you can relate to what you just saw. You've probably been in that position more than once or twice, and I think it relates to everyday life. So that's all about showing you a basic nature of living creatures. You know, it's tough to be the one to make the decision right now. That's why we call them leaders and not commanders. You're a pack leader, and if you're a leader, you know the pack's going to follow. If you're a commander, you got to give orders, and you got to stand behind them, because if you don't, going into battle, if they're behind you, they might desert. They get tired of them commands. So leaders lead. So if we're leading our dogs, where does that put the alpha theory in practical everyday use? And how did it get started in the first place? And should you continue using it in the second place? I took enough of your time today. Like I said, hope you enjoyed our little story and our skits, and pardon the poor makeup man, I'm going to fire him. And we'll see you back here in 2 days for the
like, share, subscribe.
We'll see you back here in 2. My producers reminded me you got to like, click, share, subscribe. And once you subscribe, you're going to see the end of this fabulous tale, and you'll see that family back doing more wonderful skits. So come on back, subscribe if you can to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you tomorrow or the next day with the conclusion of why, what, when, and where the whole alpha thing got started. Thanks.